My
Miss
daughter's the
Christie.
one that took care of everything at the house.
All right. Miss Christie, could you please state the violation with the roof?
Okay, this is actually a MHO violation in regards to the roof. Initially cited the violation back in October of last year, and we offered several paperwork in regards to assistance from the city in regards to repairing the roof. No contact was made with me in regards to whether accepting or discussing the violation to go any further. Notice for the last hearing was posted at the property. They showed up last month. It was tabled so the young lady could speak to her mom to get additional information. They're obviously back here, but I have had no additional contact with them, and there has been absolutely no changes at the property.
Okay, sure.
I was supposed to come back with a power of attorney for my mom, but I wasn't able to, so she was here. So she said that she'll be here, but I'll speak for her because I'm the one that handle all the matters in the house.
Okay.
The thing is that we did receive the notice when they gave us the citation for the roof, but everybody that has dealings with Citizen know that they don't want to pay for any roof problems. So we had a claim in with Citizen. They denied the claim. So my dad passed away in 2013, October 2013. All the funds she had went to his funeral expenses. She works at a job that gives her barely 35 hours. I wasn't working. I recently started working in October of 2014. We got an estimate for someone to fix the roof. No one we talked to wanted finance, because the thing is that she was like way behind on her mortgage and stuff. So we've been behind, so it's like affected her credit. So she can't get financing. The thing is that we know the roof needs to be fixed. We're not saying that it's not going to be fixed, but we're not going to be able to fix it in the timeline they're giving because no one wants to finance it. And for the program that she's saying about the city, we put our name on the list like way when the guy first came approach us with the list. They never responded back to us, and I put my cell phone number on it because we don't even use a house phone. No one ever calls, and if they did, they didn't leave a message. And no one calls from numbers they don't know, and nobody pick up from no numbers they don't know, you know? So she's saying that she hasn't got no contact, but maybe if they, claim who they're calling for, what department they're calling for, somebody will call you back if you leave a number to call you back. Because I work for the state too, and when I call, I always have to represent like where I'm calling from and to call me back and leave a number for them to call me back, So that she's saying with the no contact, that don't make no sense.
Okay,
And
I'm sorry.
yeah, if we find someone that's willing to finance it, we could start payments to get the roof fixed. The thing is, it's gonna take time for her to build this type of money, because I bought the statements for the mortgage so you can see that she was behind. We recently got up to date last month, and paycheck stub so you can see how much money she's making. She's not making enough to cover $11,000 straight up cash to fix the roof.
You wanted to add something?
Okay. I'm assuming that the program that she's talking about is the program in our community planning and development, and that program was shut down and reopened for a day. The program I'm referring to, which I personally brought to her house, is the program for the mayor. When they had a coverage of District 3. I personally dropped that off at the house because he wanted to assist the residents in that part of the community at that particular time, and no one contacted anyone.
Okay, she dropped it off. Who did she give it to?
Unfortunately, no one was home, so roofs that we saw in disrepair, we hang, just like we hang the violations on the door, which you obviously are retrieving, we place that on the door as well, in your entire community.
We didn't get any other type of paper. The only person we spoke to was some guy that called, I think his name was Fritz or something. He came personally to the door, and he knocked on the door, and he spoke to me. And then he told me to go to City Hall, put your name on the list for the program that they was having, and that's it. That was the last time I had any contact with anybody from the city. Because then I wasn't even working back then, see? Because I started working in October. It's after I found, the letter that came in the mail that said that, I came home, my sister was like, oh, the city came and served Mom with a paper saying that she gotta go to the court, come to one of these meetings because of the citation stuff. That was it. That's the last thing we got from them.
All right. The unfortunate thing is the violation is there, it exists. What I'm hearing from you is that you didn't receive any of the information that the officer has testified that she left on your property, which would have helped you to get the assistance that you needed. And what I'm hearing from you is that if you don't know the phone number that's calling you, you're not going to pick up. And I'm hearing if the person didn't leave a message, you're not going to return the call. But the person in need is you.
But see, that's
So
not,
you should make the extra effort to answer your calls, to return the calls, to see whether or not it's the city trying to reach you to assist you.
yeah,
I
can say
can't
something?
lay all the blame on the city because this is your house, it's your responsibility. And I do understand that you may be having a difficult time with your insurance company. But I cannot place the blame on the city and say, well, they didn't do this the way that you would have liked for them to do it.
Can I say something though?
Sure.
I'm not even blaming the city, because like I said, situations happen and stuff, but the stuff's still the same, that my mom can't afford right now to fix the roof. Because the first time we fixed the roof out of pocket, she fixed half where the damage is at. They told her that after that, because it still leaked after she fixed it, it was like, in order for the roof to stop leaking, she had to fix the whole roof, you know? And that's where the problem come in, because you could find like $2,000 or $3,000 to fix half of the roof. That's not the problem. The problem is when they ask me for like $11,000 and more to fix the whole roof. That's the problem. So even if the city with the programs and stuff, my mom's name is, like I said, her and my brother's name are in the house. She wants to refinance it too, or be able to fix it and stuff like that. Because of the issues with the payments and stuff and how she was like behind, she can't. So that's why we're here, just to tell you not to get an excuse or whatever, but to give us time, because she's gonna fix it. But she doesn't know if it's gonna be within 90 days or even like 100 days.
I will work with you in terms of time, but I have to adjudicate this matter because it's been ongoing since October 2014. So based on the evidence presented, I find that the violation does exist. I find in favor of the city. I'll give you an abatement date. I'll give you 60 days. I usually give 30, which would take me to what?
June the 2nd.
I'm sorry?
June the 2nd.
June 2nd, 2015. And you can come back and tell us what progress has been made. And if you need an extension, I will give that to you. But I need to see progress. I need to see something done. You can talk to the officer to see if any of the programs are still available to you and your mom. And please, if it is, take advantage of it, because I can imagine that I don't think most people have $11,000 just extra income laying around to fix the roof. So do what you need to do. You have to stay in touch with the city. You understand? You take the initiative and call them and say, I signed up, I put my name down. No one has called me. What's going on? Is the program still available, still open? Because we need help, we need assistance. You understand?
Yes.
And I know what it is to have to translate for your mom on everything, and you take the burden of your parents because they don't speak English. So I understand that. But you know, do what you need to do to help your mother so she can keep her home. So again, I have adjudicated this matter, and abatement date 60 days, and fine amount $25. Do you have any questions? Mom is smiling. I don't know if she has a question, if she's confused. I'm not.
She said this $25 fine a day, because she don't have $25 a day.
No,
No.
basically, if you come back within 60 days that I'm giving you, and you're telling me that you've done nothing, then that's a problem. But if I if I see that you making progress and you're going along the lines of getting this matter resolved, then I will give you the extension that you need.
Okay.
Do you understand?
Anyway,
Okay. Vous comprenez, ma'am? All right.
Thank you.
Okay. Good night.
The next item on the agenda is item number 65, RMH Homes West LLC. Wayne Clark is the officer. The case number is CEBPR 2015-00013, item number 65.
Thank you, Pilar.
You're welcome. I tried.
Good evening. Can you please state your name
My
and
name-
your relationship to the property, please?
My name's Enrique Gomez. I'm a project manager for Havenbrook Homes, and this is the general contractor that's working on
My
the
name is
property.
Danislav Kusianovich. I represent the contractor.
I'm sorry, sir. I didn't get.
Danislav Kusianovich.
How do I spell the last name?
Cussianovich.
IALO
N-O as in Nancy.
VI.
C-H.
Okay, I'll call you sir.
No problem.
All right. Huh?
I'm representing the owner. I'm their project manager. I'm their project manager from the property.
What type of property is this?
It's a home.
It's a residential?
Yes, it's a
Single
residential
family?
home. Yes, it is.
Do you have any documentation supporting what you're saying?
I just have the business card from the company at the moment.
Here's the issue, right? So
Okay.
what happens at
Oh,
the
this
next?
is a private house? This is a homestead property?
Yeah, I'm thinking this is a building or something. So what happens if at the
Okay.
next meeting, someone comes in and says, I'm the owner, I didn't give those guys power of authority to speak on my behalf, and why did you let them talk for me, and so on and so forth, and I'm gonna say, oh, sorry. So we're kind of in a little predicament where,
Even though he's pulling the permits for the property,
do you have a copy of the permit or the application?
I just got informed of that, and yesterday it came to the city, and I received the documentation. I agree with what Mr. Clark, is it? Sorry.
Go ahead.
I agree with what Mr. Clark said, that the work was done without pulling the permit, okay, and I want to be in compliance.
No, I understand, but what I'm looking for is some documentation that says that you are the contractor, that you actually applied for a permit, if you have anything in writing.
I could go to the card. I have all the documents in the computer itself. Once I could program it in, and I could tell you everything that you need.
Okay, why don't we, Your Honor, if the officer is okay with rescheduling this?
No problem with it.
Okay, so why don't we reschedule?
Okay.
If you come back,
With the power of attorney.
please come
Yes.
back with some documentation stating that you have a power of attorney, that you are the
Okay.
contractor, that you're the representative, so that you can properly speak on behalf of the owner.
Thank you so
Okay?
much. I
Thank you so
appreciate
much.
it.
All right, thank you. We'll reset 30
Okay,
days.
For 30
Thank
days?
you.
Thank you
Yes.
so much.
All right.
The next item is item number 43, Marcien Pierre. Ernst Baptiste is the officer, and the case number is CEFAW 2015-00013, item number 43.
Good evening, sir. Please state your full name and relationship to the property.
So my name is Mercian Pierre. My address is 12630, that's this paper.
Either get closer to the microphone or pull it forward so that we can hear you.
Okay, my name is Mercian Pierre.
Mr. Pierre, do you need a translator?
Yes, please.
Okay,
She's,
it's all right. She'll do the translation. Okay.
Ernst Baptiste, Code Enforcement Officer, City of Miami. This is a violation for the address located at 12630 Northeast 5th Avenue. The initial inspection was done on January 27th under the code section 29.5-901J. Inspection was done on the 19th of February Notice to appeal was posted on the 25th of March, and this violation is for the chain link fence. And as of today, a broken chain link fence still the same way, and I have pictures.
All right, please show it to the owner.
Sir, is that picture a picture of your property?
Yes, that's the gate. Yes, that's the gate.
Thank you.
Okay. All right, sir. Do you understand the violation?
What does he have to do with the gate?
Has to be repaired or replaced.
That is not,
That gate been there for years.
Okay, that probably needs, that it needs to be replaced if it's been there for years, from what I'm seeing.
Okay, so if we discard the gate, is the violation, how does it work? Because, like I said, it's been like that for years. Can we discard it and
For the
leave it as is?
For the front part, the one that is leaning, if they remove that completely, that's fine. But the back one has to be fixed. It's two sides. The front,
Understood. She's saying that it can, if they choose to remove it altogether,
The-
is it okay?
the front one. But
Only the front?
the back one has to be fixed or remove also.
Okay, that's the question. That's the question. She wants to know that if they cannot afford to fix it, whether or not they can remove it altogether.
Yes.
Meaning that remove the whole fence, the entire,
Yes.
the whole thing.
Yes.
So you would prefer to remove the whole
The
thing?
one on top is a little area inside the.
Speak into the microphone. Can you hear her?
The one on top is inside the house. If we discard that, that has nothing to do with the perimeter of the house, is that okay? And the broken fence, there's nothing really wrong with it. It's still, the driveway is still available to use. It's just the fence alone, the opening closing part was broken. If we discard that part, is it okay?
Yes. If they want to discard it, remove it completely.
Okay. We're still talking about the ones on the side?
Yes.
Okay.
So we have to remove the complete gate, or can we just discard the opening and closing part? Because that's the only thing that is broken.
That's correct. The opening and closing part that is not attached to the fence itself. It's leaning against it. If they remove that completely, it's fine.
Okay. All right. So if you remove it, you heard what the officer said, just.
I'm trying to understand, if it's just the part that's broken, can we discard it instead of taking the whole perimeter of the gate?
That's exactly what I said.
Okay, got you.
So they're gonna be left with half a fence. Is that what my understanding?
No, there's a gate, the sliding gate, the bottom part.
Right.
It's leaning. This one they're gonna remove it, right? It's gonna stay with an opening.
Okay.
It's fine. And the back one that is broken is need to be fixed or replaced or removed completely.
Okay. Do you understand?
I think I got it.
All right. So based on the evidence presented, I find that the violation does exist. I find in favor of the city. And I hereby, what's going on? We're having two conversations. Is he okay?
Yeah, he was trying to figure out what gate that was being an issue. Like I said, it's been that way for years, and we never had an issue with it. And it's not broken, it's just not closed properly.
Okay.
And we don't use it, so it's just.
Then
using it.
discard it is
Okay,
what he's
that's
saying.
fine.
If it's
fine.
discarded, then, then no more violations. Okay, so, as I stated, I find in favor of the city, I find that the violation does exist. I will give you 30 days, and I'm sure it'll take less than that. If you take care of it, then let the officer knows. But otherwise, if it's not, the violation is not, is, I'm sorry. The abatement date is 30 days. That would give you next month, May 5th. What are we here for, May 5th, 2015. If it's not fixed, then you will have a daily fine amount of $50, okay? So I want to be clear. Where's my translator? They have another case?
Your Honor,
Okay.
what's the date?
May the 5th.
May 5th. Or remove. All right, I understand you guys have another case. We're gonna call your next case. Do you have any questions, sir?
No.
Okay.
Item number 44, CEJNK 2014-00126.
Ernst Baptiste, Code Enforcement Officer, City of North Miami. Again, it's for the same address, 12630 Northeast 5th Avenue. This is a violation that was noticed on the December 13, 2014, on the code section 10-19. The notice was posted on the 23rd of March, and notice to appear 25th of March. Proper notice was given, and I have pictures of the violation. It's some pieces of furniture and old chair that is in the yard.
I'm sorry, you guys would probably need to come closer so that we can hear the translator on the microphone.
Okay, we'll remove that.
This is catch, I got the front, I got
No,
them
no, no,
full
no.
chair to sit
No,
down.
no, they're not talking
They
about
sit
this.
down in the front,
No.
yeah, this is what I'm talking about.
Celsayo, it's like they're, Celsayo. Right, these the only ones you're complaining about? Okay, we'll discard those two. Huh? That's the only ones, correct? Okay.
Well, let's be clear, because we don't want you to come back here again.
He has pictures, these the only pictures he's showing us, correct?
Okay, this is the only ones he's showing you for now. All I'm saying, if you know that you have junk or anything else on the property, because if he observes it, he will bring you back here.
And I believe what she's saying, because there were three cases open, and we only brought two.
Okay.
One of them is outdoor storage. They have a fridge in the front porch and the old appliance also in the front. And we are planning to bring those also. So if that's what she's talking about, because they cannot be outside. You need to put them somewhere where,
In the back?
yes, where we
back?
cannot see them.
Okay. So if we move those things to the back where you can't see them, it's okay?
No, these need to be removed where they're not in plain view.
All right, same ruling. I find that the violation does exist. I find in favor of the city. I will give you 30 days, abatement date of March 5th, I think, May 5th, 2015, and if it's not removed, you'll incur a fine of $25 per day. All right, is that all for them tonight? Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am.
The next item is item number 29, Jennifer Jourdain. Edmund Fitzell is the officer, and the case number CEBNP 2014-00008, item number 29. Jennifer Jourdain.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Your full name and your relationship to the property, please.
Gene Jordan,
Okay.
owner.
All right.
Ed Fitzell, City of North Miami Code Enforcement Officer. This case was brought back in March of 26, 2014.
exactly.
We tabled
a
it
year.
back in August to the March hearing. The gentleman had an emergency, so we pushed it back to the April hearing. The property was posted on March 21st for notice to appear and mailed notice to appear on March 25th. As of today, there is nothing in the computer for a process number or anything for a building permit for this addition.
Has this been heard at all?
You tabled it back in August to March to give him time to get his permits together, because originally he was working with the county, and because it was a new property that was brought in about a year and a half ago into the city of North Miami, and at the time he only had permits with the county, he had nothing on file with the city of North Miami.
My permit from Dade County.
All right, he's showing me something. Okay.
Right, that's the
So-
same stuff we saw from the county back in March of 2014.
All right. Sir?
The contractor I had took $9,100 from me and never did the job. I hired a new one. He's asking $10,000 to do the job. And he told me he needs $5,000 deposit. I'm waiting on my tax money to give him the deposit. They held my tax for at least 2 months. So as soon as I get the money, I'm gonna give him the deposit and put the paper on the city. I'm asking 60 days more to get the money to do the job. I would do it before that, but give me 60 days, please. Do it.
Based on the evidence presented, I find in favor of the city, I find that the violation does exist. I think that we've been pretty patient in trying to assist you in getting this work done, and I'm sorry that it has to come to this, but I need to see progress. So for that, I will give you the 60 days. So your abatement date is that June 2nd, 2015. And sir, if I don't see a permit application, something or another, you will incur a daily fine amount of $100.
Thank you.
Okay? Thank you, sir.
All right.
The next item is item number 19, Fannie Mae. Ernst Baptiste is the officer. The case number CEEXP 2015-00004.
What was it again? Good evening. Please state your full name and address for the record, please.
Hi, my name is Yulia Sidarevskaya with Julie's Realty. My office address is 1700 Kennedy Causeway, Suite 160, North Bay Village, Florida 33141.
Ernst Baptiste, Code Enforcement Officer, City of North Miami. This is a case that was adjudicated and it was tabled. That's a property located at 710 Northeast 141st. And as of today, I took pictures. It was for the exterior of the property, and it's still in the same condition. I have pictures.
Okay, maybe I'm missing a page. You said it's already been adjudicated?
It was tabled.
Huh?
It was tabled.
Oh, okay, I heard adjudicated, okay. All right, so we tabled it, and, ma'am,
Yes.
where are we? What's going on, please?
Okay, so the last time we met, I explained that this is a Fannie Mae property and they required that we obtain several bids in order to get this done, which I immediately started to work on. The property was still being marketed for sale, and actually a few weeks after we met, we put the property under contract. And actually the buyer is here with us today. It's Sunline Homes and Investments, Inc., Benny? So I brought him here with us today because he did purchase the property and he's aware that there's requirements that the city's requiring for the property to be painted and so forth, and he was very well aware of it, and he agreed that he would take care of it after closing, because the property does need work, and he's gonna completely fix it up, and, you know, he's getting a discounted price for that. So I was hoping that with the buyer here, and I have a copy of the fully executed contract here, if you'd like to see it.
You can show it to the city attorney.
Okay. The closing date Fannie Mae gave to the buyer is until June 1st. He is planning on closing in the first week of May. So we were hoping that perhaps we can get another 90-day extension for the buyer, to give the buyer sufficient time to close on the property and then fix it up. Because Fannie Mae will not allow the buyer to do any kind of work, and it wouldn't make sense for a buyer that doesn't own the property to begin any kind of work. So we were just hoping, because it's not really a life safety violation, and I understand that doesn't look pretty for the neighbors, but granted the situation, this is a bank-owned property, and we are maintaining it on the outside. We are maintaining the lawn, we're doing everything that we can, but the painting, it's really not an inexpensive, you know, $200 job. I mean, this is several thousands of dollars that need to be spent, and the buyer is getting a break on the price in order to take care of this and do it the way he wants it, instead of us just going there and putting any kind of paint. And he's gonna do a nice job, because he is remodeling the entire house.
Your Honor, if I may?
Yes.
Sir, do you understand that if you do not make the requisite repairs, that the lien is going to run with the land, so you're going to be ultimately responsible?
Is there a lien currently on the property right now?
No, it hasn't.
There, it's not. There are no other violations. There could be. I mean, you would have to do a lien search. There could be. I don't know, but whatever the.
I do understand we're still in that process. I haven't begun the lien searches and the violation searches. So like I said, I'm just here at the request of the seller's broker, just to, you know, in good faith, we are going to repair the property. We're gonna paint the outside. We're gonna do all the maintenance that the property needs in order to sell it to a nice family.
So, Your Honor, given the fact that I don't know at this juncture whether there are any current liens, and if there's not any current liens, this could potentially not carry over when the new owner purchases it. I would prefer to enter into a settlement agreement so that the buyer understands that he's buying it with this problem, so that if it's not remedied, then he will ultimately be responsible.
Well, the violation is against Fannie Mae, so when the buyer would purchase the property, there would be a hold harmless that the buyer would need to sign, basically acknowledging the fact that a violation does exist. We're hoping here is that he doesn't have any fines that will start accruing, so that he does have enough time. He is very well aware that this is an active violation and that this needs to be brought into compliance, but we just need enough time. And this is pretty much almost a cash deal. He's only financing $30,000 of the purchase price.
And how much is it going to cost to make the repairs, to repaint? Do you know?
I don't know exactly, but we have a budget of over $30,000 to repair the house. So we plan on doing new landscaping, new painting, repair the fence, new painting inside, new appliances. Yeah, redoing the pool.
And this has not been adjudicated?
No.
No? No. Well, then, I asked for an adjudication, Your Honor, and if you can please give me a call tomorrow, and I would like an agreement so that we know that once you purchase it, that you're going to be ultimately responsible.
Like a buyer's consent agreement?
Correct.
Okay.
So if you
All
want
right.
I'd like
So we're seeking an adjudication?
Yes.
And with the 30 days abatement?
Yes, that's fine.
All right. based on
Well,
the
30
evidence.
days
Yeah,
ago.
we won't close for 30 days.
Yeah.
I'm sorry?
The closing won't take place until the 30 days. We're gonna be closing in the first week of May, so he can't do any work until he actually owns the property. So if we can get 60 days.
I said 90, actually.
Oh, we heard 30. I'm sorry.
Okay,
Sorry.
I said 90.
Sorry.
Based on the evidence presented, I find in favor of the city, I find a violation does exist, and,
Yeah, okay.
okay. I find, that the violation does exist. So based on the information and that the city doesn't have any objection, I will give you an abatement date. Was 90 days? August? Is that August 4th?
July. July.
So June 30th? Yeah, June 30th. June 30th, 2015. And I will impose a daily fine amount of $50. And what that means, sir, you come back here within 90 days, and hopefully all the work would have been completed. If not, then you need to basically tell me what progress have been made and where we are, and I'm sure that the closing, everything would have happened, and you're try to beautify your house. I don't know if you're a home or if it's investment property, but nonetheless, when you come back in 90 days, we'll have a better understanding as to how far along we are with the project. Okay? All right. Thank you. Any questions?
Thank you very much.
All right.
No,
Thank you.
The next item on the agenda is item number 13, Dachcon Bastian. Ernst Baptiste is the officer. The case number is CEEXP 2014-00332, item number 13.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Okay, please state your full name and your relationship to the property.
I'm Dejason Bastien, the owner for the house.
All right, sir. Do you need a translator?
No.
Okay.
Ernst Baptiste, Code Enforcement Officer, City of North Miami. Property located at 650 Northeast 137. This is the case also that was tabled. Mail certified was sent, notice to appear on the 25th of March. And as of today, the exterior of the house still look the same. And I have pictures.
Sir, is this a picture of your house?
Yes.
Yes?
All right. Okay, sir, what has happened from the last time we were here?
From the last time I was here, like I told you before, my realtor told me that we had an executed contract on the property. Like I said, it was on the market for sale, like it's short sale, but that's something that should be closed long time ago. And I am very disappointed with the mortgage broker and my realtor. Said this is not the case, because since you say all the time you promised me that we are going to be closed and that the closing doesn't happen. So in that case, I told them, so I'm not going to deal with them with that buyer anymore. We have to look for a new buyer, and at the same time, I hire an attorney which is going to renegotiate with the bank, and the meantime to seek for another buyer, and the meantime to the repair that necessary in the house.
Mm-hmm. Where does that leave us?
How long do you think it will take?
I spoke with the attorney yesterday. He said today he was going to send somebody, to visit the house, to see the type of work that needs to be done. I think between from now to 60 days, surely.
You're going to find you're looking for a buyer for your house.
And yeah, we're looking for a buyer. We don't know when we're going to have the buyer because I'm tired of coming over here all the time. That's why while we're waiting for a buyer that's going to be qualified to buy the house, and then I do the exterior repair that's in the house.
So why don't you make the repairs first? Because what if it takes you 6 months or 9 months to sell your house?
Yeah, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do the repair.
So why do you need your lawyer to come look at the house if you're going to do the repairs?
No, the reason is that, the bank approved the short sale a long time ago.
I understand.
It should supposed to be closed already. And then in that case, so I think the bank the bank might think, this is not something seriously, so that's why I hire an attorney. That attorney he even give me a business card to give you guys.
Who's your lawyer?
It's a Jacoby on 125th Street and 13th Avenue. He's the one, so we're going to work on that.
I understand, but he has nothing to do with you making the repairs, right?
Yeah, so I know I told him that, so I'm going to do the repair. He said, okay, in the meantime, he's going to send somebody, to see the repair. That doesn't mean he's the one that's going to do the repair.
But your lawyer's not going to help you make the repairs.
No, I know.
Right?
Yeah, I know.
So it has nothing to do with the repairs.
Yeah, sorry.
Yes or no?
Yeah, it has nothing to do with it, but he said, okay, you're going to send somebody to see the repair. I said, okay, but I know it has nothing to do with the repair.
Okay. So when do you think you can make the repairs?
Within 60 days.
Well, we asked for an adjudication, Your Honor.
The violation is only the paint, correct?
Front porch also that need to be repaired, and the fascia board, exterior of the house painted and repair.
All right. This is unfortunate because this property is on the market for short sale and it's gonna cost them a pretty penny to fix this.
I understand, Your Honor, but we have no idea when he's going to find a buyer. It could be
Months.
months and
Not
months,
years,
and
yeah.
what will happen with the short sale, unfortunately. I don't know if your lawyer told you this, but the short sale is for a certain window. And usually when they approve the short sale, it's only for a particular time. It's not forever. So if you don't have a buyer within that time, the short sale will expire and you have to go through the whole process again. I don't know if you're aware of that.
Yeah, I'm aware of that. That's the reason I hired the attorney, because I think, the bank, may go to foreclosure, so that's why I hire an attorney, so.
All right, sir. Based on the evidence presented, I find that the violation does exist. I will give you the 60 days, and I will give you an abatement date, June 2nd, 2015, and thereafter, if the violation is not fixed, you will start accumulating a daily fine amount of $50. You understand, sir?
Yes.
Okay. All right, we'll see you back here in 60 days.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The next case on the agenda is item number 33, Joseph Lingell. Edmund Fitzell is the officer in the case number CEEXP 2014-00326, item number 33.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
State your full name and your relationship to the property.
Adolfo Lengel, owner.
Ed Fitzell, City of North Miami Code Enforcement Officer. This case was tabled for this month. I spoke to Mr. Lingell the other day. The property was posted with notice to appear on March 19th. Notice to appear was mailed out on March 25th. Proper service. I spoke to him yesterday, and the problem, as of today, the property is not painted. I would ask to give him another 30 days because there's a construction site abutting his property. They're putting in a new 2-3-story building, and they fenced off part of his property line so he could not paint the one side of his property. So I spoke to the contractor this morning, and he agreed to move the fence back so he can start the work on the other side of his commercial property.
Okay, so how long?
30 days.
All right, sir. We're going to reset this matter for another 30 days.
Thank you.
Okay? All right, sir. Thank you. Good night.
Good night.
Oh, we have a spectator. You were just watching us, that's all?
My case was dismissed, yeah, so I just said it.
Okay.
I never saw one of these before. Here I am.
All right.
Yes, I learned a lot.
You did.
Yes.
I'm glad. So that means I won't see you back here.
You won't, you won't see me.
I won't see you.
No, I don't like those flies.
I understand.
And he's a nice man. So
Yes, he is. Thank you, sir.
have a great evening.
You
Enjoy
too.
your supper.
All right. All right, thank you. We'll dismiss the, thank you for the translators. Thank you, guys. Thank you. And the officer as well. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good night. And I think this is the longest, the city attorney has stayed with us on a Wednesday night.
No, she don't need to be here. We just want to keep her. I'm saying it for Pilar. I'm not saying it for you, Regine. I'm saying it for Pilar.
Let's take a 5 minutes recess because I really need to do something. Thank you.